everybody, I'm Katie Pavlich from townhall.com, and today we are at Murphy's, a grand Irish pub, and I am with the former White House Press Secretary, Sean Spicer. Thank you so much for taking the time. We are here to talk about his new book, The Briefing, Politics, the Press, and the President. It comes out soon. We're excited for your launch. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for coming to Murphy's. Not only a great Irish bar, but a great Patriots bar.
Most importantly, a great Patriots bar. We are both Irish, so we thought this would be the perfect venue to talk about Sean's new book. You say in the book you were not a fan of memes. There were many of them.
Well, it depends what the meme is.
It depends on what the meme is, right?
Yeah.
I heard you tell a story before this interview about how you were walking down the street and one of your neighbors has bushes full of your face. Yeah. What is that?
Well, as I talk about this in the book, but obviously that was another one of those memes. It was false, but the Washington Post falsely I went out one night to brief the media. I was doing an interview in what they call Pebble Beach, which is, if you watch a White House correspondent do a report from the White House, generally speaking, they're at this area where all of the broadcasters have their cameras and it shoots back and you can see the White House. I was doing an interview there and I walked back on the White House driveway to brief the press, which I thought was what I should be doing.
Right.
And a reporter from the Washington Post decided to make up falsely that I was somehow in bushes, which... Hiding, right, which is completely 100% false, and it became a meme. And so, I think someone in Alexandria thought it was funny to take it to another level.
For the record, Sean Spicer is not a big fan of certain memes.
Certain memes.
Pretty funny. You have become somewhat of a cultural icon, as they say in politics. Politics is downstream from culture. There are people on Twitter like Sean Spicier who tend to trigger people because sometimes they mistake Sean Spicier for the real
the
Sean
funny part
Spicer.
is the number of this one Twitter account is it's a parody account.
It's awesome. If you're not following Sean Spicier on Twitter, you got to get there because it's hilarious.
And the funny part is the number of reporters and this individual, whoever controls the account, will kind of highlight the number of mainstream and sometimes non-mainstream reporters that fall for it, meaning that they will write a story based off this parody account that somehow then tries to attack me for saying something that clearly I never said.
Maybe, yeah. So speaking of things that you don't say, Melissa McCarthy is one of those people who has said things on Saturday Night Live that you didn't say, but while pretending that she is you. Right. How did you feel when you knew that you were a punchline on SNL? Everyone else thought it was pretty funny.
There was definitely a very funny, humorous part to the start of it. I think it went over the top towards the end, but she's an extremely talented actor. And going back to, just the idea that you're parodied on Saturday Night Live, which is a cultural institution in our country, is mind-blowing. Mm-hmm. So it was an odd thing. Again, one of those things you don't ever think is going to happen. I don't know that I've ever been able to get tickets to Saturday Night Live, and here I am on it. I was just like...
Well, speaking of tickets, Saturday Night Live led to you being invited to open the Emmys.
Yes.
Talk about that. You called a date night. You brought your wife.
I brought my wife. She got to go to the Emmys. I was in Los Angeles taping Jimmy Kimmel Live, and Stephen Colbert's executive producer reached out to me and said, "Hey, we have an idea. Would you do this?" And I said, "Well, look, if it's funny and it's self-deprecating, I'm in. If it's mean to the president, then I'm out." And so we came up with, "Hey, what if we do it this way?" I thought it was funny. And again, a year and a half ago, I don't know that I ever would have even, been able to get tickets to go. And here I am, part of this cultural institution. It's been a wild ride.
Well, on that note, I think we will take our Irish beverages and cheer. Thank you,
Cheers.
Sean
Thank you
Spicer, for taking the time, and good luck with the book. Again, it is The Briefing by Sean Spicer, out on what day?
July 24th.
And where can people buy it?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Amazon, Barnes & Noble.
Local bookstores. It's obviously available for pre-order wherever books are sold.
Well, best of luck.
Thank you.
Irish luck.